this shit crazy.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Done Out of the Biggest, back with another banger, another tutorial for y'all on a top waver. Y'all stick through it and let's get it. To kick it off, we gonna comb this hair out. His hair is really long. He's a waver. He's been woofing, so we want to lift that hair up with the comb and not with a brush. Starting with my 2 guard with the grain. We're not gonna take this hair too short, so we're gonna go with the grain with a 2 guard. His hair is really long, so a 2 is gonna fall great just in place. Making sure you stay real consistent with this, combing it and going with the grain so we don't mess these waves up. We're gonna be real gentle and real light with these clippers, going with the grain all the way around. Starting my first guideline at the back on this taper, I'ma bald it, going straight across, making sure it's nice and cool, getting every piece of hair off the bottom of it.
This shit crazy.
Now I'ma start my next guideline, going up a 1/2 inch with my lever open, and I'ma just flick this stuff out because I don't want to go too deep into these waves, so I'ma just be flicking a 1/2 inch. Making sure I stay real nice and consistent with my guidelines, making sure they're as smooth as possible. Brushing and combing because that's very important. Now I'm going to go midway and attack the middle of the fade so I can get that line out. Now we're going to go fully close and attack the bottom and fully take that line out that we created with the open guard. Now I'm going to debulk with my 1.5 going with the grain so I can get the hair a little lighter so I can fade within that. So I'm going to take my 1.5 and go down and just get this hair a little lighter. With the same 1.5, I'm going to go up about 1 inch because I'm going to fade through that middle. So I'm just flicking, being real nice and soft. As you can see, I'm not on the scalp. I'm brushing and I'm combing so I can get that real nice and see my transitioning. You don't have to be all rough with these fades. You could just be real light-handed. It's going to fall regardless. Now I got my 1 guard and I'm going to go in between that, going like a 1/2 inch up with my lever open. It's going to all fall. Y'all just stick it out and watch, and this fade going to fall all together. Making sure you don't go up too high. Combing it off, of course, so you can see what you got left. I'm dropping my lever a little bit mid and going a little bit down on the fade because I'm going to take the rest of that fade out with my masters open. Now I got it closed and I'm attacking the bottom line, making it lighter. The lighter you get this fade, the easier it is to fade it. Now there go my masters. Now I'm going to just feather everything out nice and slow, Opening and closing my lever because I don't use a 1/2 guard. When you got these Andes, these teeth are so long, it's compatible to a 1/2 guard. Just opening and closing your lever at the same time and then attacking the bottom of that fade. And look, as you can see, it's coming out perfect just from that feather and opening and closing my lever. Now it's time to get saucy. Let's start with our ball line on our side taper. We're doing a lower taper, so we're gonna go pretty low. And then I'm gonna go up a 1/2 inch, feathering that stuff out. Like I said, you don't want to go too deep in these waves, so we just gonna feather, opening and closing our lever, getting that line out that we initially put in. Now with my 1.5, I want to go with the grain and debulk some of this hair so I can start my fade process. Alright, with my one guard, I'm gonna go up about a half an inch and scoop. Half an inch and scoop. I'm clearing this path so I can fade within those guidelines. Going up an inch with my 1.5, I'm just debulking the top. I already debulked it going with the grain. Now I'm gonna go against the grain and go up an inch, making sure I'm real light with my hands. Now I got my Andes and I'ma just feather this out again, man. It's real nice and simple steps that I take. Anybody could do these steps. It's real nice and simple. I'm opening and closing my lever on my Andes and making sure I stay right in the realm that I need to. My workspace is the bottom right now, so I'm gonna hit it with my corners and hit it opening and closing my lever. And while I'm at it, I want to shout out Produced by Dior, man. My producer giving me these hot track samples, man. They fire. And as you can see, I'm just taking my time feathering, opening and closing my lever, and it's coming out perfect. Now I'm gonna get to the beard. I got my 1.5, and I'm gonna just debulk it like I do the fade. 1.5, 1, and then open with my Andes and feathering it out. Boom. And right here, I'm going to just fast forward through this side because what I do on one side, I do on the other. So it's going to be the same steps, man. As long as y'all follow these same steps, it's going to be the same guidelines. Let's get into the edge up. Now we just getting the back line, getting the nape area, making sure it's nice and crisp. You don't take your time, man. Make sure you get this line nice and crispy. It's gonna pop. Always make sure you pull down that ear and get around that ear. It's very, very important. Now I got my hairspray and I'm just spraying it on the lining and the face and about to prepare for the kill, man. It's time to get this saucy edge up on there. Going at it in the middle, starting from the middle and then working my way to the left. All the way, being consistent, making sure I'm not going too deep in that edge up. Just light hands, man. If you got some hitters, these babblers, these hit, man. So I'm just tapping and go, tapping and go. Attacking them vertical lines, not making sure I'm not pushing anything back. I'm just tapping and I'm going. I'm not going too much into his edge up. I don't want to push it back. Now you just work your C cups, man, being nice and gentle, letting the clipper glide by itself and making sure that C cup is nice and crispy. Go over it a few times. You ain't got to go over it too much. You don't want to cut the skin or nick the skin. Now I'm getting the back area of the neck, making sure this is nice and crispy so this fade could go all together. And as you can see, man, this fade is coming out beautiful, man. It's coming out picture perfect. We going step by step and we taking our time. We not rushing. We gonna give our client 100% every time. So just take your time, man. Now we getting into the right side. We tapping and we going. We tapping and we going. Making sure everything is nice and crisp. Hit them vertical bars, of course. Don't push them back and just hit them. Going into the C cup, gotta be real nice and particular. Look at that. One side is one hit kill. I hit it one time and it's there. I ain't gotta do too much. What I do on one side, I do on the other side, like I said. So it's all gonna come together. I'm gonna hit it with some enhancements because he got a little light spot. So I'm gonna just attack that little spot.
Damn, yo, this shit crazy.
Now I'm about to attack with my barber pencil, man. Making sure my pencil is nice and sharp and thin, and just highlight this edge up. We're not gonna put no big chalky line on our client. We just gonna highlight the edge up and make it really pop. So as soon as I put this in, I'm gonna take it out, and I'm just putting it in thin, man, making sure it's nice and consistent. Like I said, I'm gonna take it right out, man, and it's gonna come out beautiful. You know, some people are against enhancements, and to each his own, but people pay for big bucks to look picture perfect, so that's what we're gonna do for them. If they don't want enhancements, we don't have to, but if they want it, we're gonna give our client 100% what they want. They want to get up and get out the chair and be 100% like they want to, that's what we're gonna give them. Now we just attacking the other C cup and making sure we be nice and light-handed as we go. Hitting my vertical bars and making sure everything come nice and crisp, man. It's coming out great. This haircut is coming out $1 million haircut. And as you can see, it's coming out great, man. Now we finna hit it with our razor and making sure everything is nice and sharp. You see them waves hitting, they done laid down good. We're attacking our vertical bars and our C cups with this razor and making sure this thing is coming out perfect. Make sure you stretch the skin and angle that razor in a 45-degree angle, because we don't want to nick anyone. But look at that haircut, bro. Like, the waves are hitting, the edge up is popping. We just going for the kill at this point. Now this is my favorite part, the beard work, man. I'm stretching that skin and I'm getting this beard into the highest point. He wanted to be at the highest point but yet connect, so we're gonna get that to the highest point where it can be nice and sharp and crispy. I'm stretching the skin and I'm gonna get this excess hair off, and man, as you can see, bro, this haircut and beard is coming together, oh my god, amazingly. You dig? What I do to one side, I kill the other side. I'm always say it, man. So what I did to the other side, I'm gonna just do to this side and make sure it all come to life, man. This haircut is gonna come out great. Taking my time, man. I'm not in no rush, man. I give my client 100% of my time. They pay for an hour slot, that's what I'm giving them. Now I'm hitting it with them shears, getting them loose hairs off of these waves, making sure everything is laid down perfectly. And YouTube, this is the cut, man. Like, if you like it, if you like my barber tutorial, like, share, subscribe. You can see this cut came out perfect. Top waver, he wolfed for a whole month, and then he came to see the biggest done daughter, man, and I got him right. As you can see, my daughter gave him the mirror and asked him how he liked it. Thumbs up for my baby, man. That's my #1 supporter. He liked it. She gave me a thumbs up. Let's get it.